Yes, there we go. Good evening, ladybugs and yellow jackets. Welcome to this week's episode of FAE News here on FAE Productions. I'm your host, Fairy Princess Lolly. Tonight I am here with Count Morbid.
No.
Okay, I'm not here with Count Morbid. Count Morbid is here with me. Famous Dana the Boggin.
Hi.
Ion the Leprechaun.
I definitely do.
And wait, famous Gunther the Boggin. I think that's supposed to say usurper, but it's cut off, and I can't see the whole thing.
UPS. It's Gunther UPS.
Gunther the UPS. Also, Stormy the Fairy will be with us a little bit later on, but as she is...
Stormy is late because of weather.
What?
Stormy is delayed because of weather.
Yes, she is delayed because of weather.
Is Stormy hot?
What? She is.
Hot
but I don't think we... I'm not sure we mean it in the same way. No, she's down in the Kingdom of Pacifica, and they are suffering fires down there. She said right now, or yesterday or something, it was raining ash. Right now, it's currently really, really hot where she's at. So, and they don't have a very good air conditioning. So she's waiting till it cools down just a little bit. And I also think that Flora the Fairy, as usual, will be joining us just a little bit, a few more minutes here on into the show. So
is she also hot?
To clarify what you said earlier, it's raining ash?
Yes, that is what Stormy said.
Making sure it's ash and not something else I heard.
Don't take that anywhere else.
I'll take it wherever I won't, fake you. Mary Princess Lolly.
What?
Are you hot?
I was just going to say, I think everybody here is hot. Yeah!
So what are we doing with the bell then?
Yes, that's right. Because everybody is just so hot. I was going to say, I think
what? What happened?
Therefore,
I don't know. We are going to like, subscribe, and swelter the bell tonight. That is what we are doing to the bell. We're sweltering it. Oh, I think that Gunther is actually blue stealing the bell.
No, blue steel's more like this.
I thought that was Magnum.
No, that's my prophylactics.
No, Magnum turns left. Magnum turns left, and blue steel turns right. You see.
I thought that
I definitely turned right.
Wait. Oh.
You're right or my right?
It just looks left.
It's about being an ambi turner.
It's all about being an ambi turner.
So if you're flirting with the camera, you're metallicing it or something? Magnum or steel?
Magnum PI?
I suppose it's better than Rick rolling it.
Rick roll the bell?
Yeah, don't do that.
That'll be next week.
Also, I want to give a shout out to today's show sponsors, which are the LARP Faeries. You guys are probably familiar with them because they've been here on our channel several times, usually doing DIYs on Thursdays with us. But the LARP Faeries are two magical beings who make crochet goodies and go on magical adventures. They offer their crocheted items on their Etsy page. Many of those items are geared more towards LARP, live action role play, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, and the geek nerd culture. They offer free shipping on orders over $35, and they travel a lot for their job during non-COVID times. So please join them as they explore the natural world all around, and they look forward to you joining them on their adventure. They do also have a Patreon, so you guys, their information is in the low bar. It's going in the ticker. Please go check them out. Over on YouTube, you know what to do. You can just run over there to their link and give them a subscription and your support there. That doesn't... and then also on Patreon, if you're interested, you can dip your toes in the water just by scrolling down and following their Patreon page. And then you will get access to all of the public posts that they make. If you decide you like it, you can then subscribe at one of the levels to take the plunge. So we're actually Patreons on their Patreon. I can guarantee you they do fun stuff. So
Dana,
yes,
is that the half that wasn't on the floor?
What? Of dinner? Poor Dana.
Barbecue sauce picks up everything, according to the botanist.
I actually had a half a rack of ribs.
Did you have?
Now
You
it's
didn't have to
1/4.
throw them all out, did you?
Now it's a quarter of ribs.
I ate about a quarter of them, and then they promptly fell on the table, and then onto my lap, and then onto the floor. I am doing my best to avoid the barbecue spot on the floor right now because I haven't cleaned it up yet. That was so depressing because I tried to like pick them up off of my leg before they landed on the floor, and they disintegrated like the perfect ribs. Just and it was.
Sorry, can you make that noise again?
No, that's the sound of her lamenting.
One more time.
That's the sound of
You
her
just want to
lamenting
record
for
it.
lost food. Yeah, she does
So,
that.
I'm eating cookies dipped in
With a
milk
fork?
to make me feel better.
How do you get your cookies on a fork?
They're Oreos.
How do you not?
Oh,
You-
so they have a squishy center. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. I was just like, how does the cookie not break apart? But I didn't realize that it was.
I'm saying I'm pretty sure if Fairy Princess Lolly tried that somehow, the cookie itself would catch on fire just from using the fork on it.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know if I like your attitude right now. That's
I don't
uncool,
know.
man. It's uncool.
Easy
I
there,
don't
problem,
know.
princess.
What?
What?
Thank you, Morbid, for bringing up the worst part of my day, by the way.
Oh, yeah. And thank you so much for bringing up such a painful memory. While you're at it, why don't you give me a nice paper cut and pour lemon juice on it? We're closed.
I mean, if that's the worst part of your day, there's worse parts of your day to have a worst part of the day.
Oh my gosh, that doesn't mean that the worst part of her day is invalid somehow.
Never were
You
true
know-
words spoke by a slewer. Usually they're
The
whispered.
day's not over yet, okay?
Yeah, no. The slew-out thing to say is, don't worry, it could get worse. I'm sure you'll have a much worse part of the day still.
I think a slew-off thing to say is anything that comes out of Lemony Snicket's mouth, or pen, if you will.
Oh, look, right there on my arm.
What?
You can see it.
Oh, it's
Barbecue
a burn.
sauce.
A burn?
No, it's barbecue sauce.
Nuh-uh, for real? Okay, wait. What?
I was trying to catch my ribs earlier. I mean,
I guess that makes
If it's
taste good
barbecue
right now.
sauce and it's on your limb, you're supposed to lick it. There you go. Get it? Get after it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
Welcome to
Enjoy.
Pay Productions After Dark.
I can't quite get the elbow, but you know.
I feel like I should read erotica with that enthusiasm. Just start going.
So, speaking of, has anybody written some Colonel Sanders cheeky fanfic? Oh, that reminds me. Where'd it go?
Did you lose
man.
it?
What?
Did you lose it?
No, I have. Yeah, I mean, sort of. You guys. So I still have our little calendar of events to go through. You show us that every single show. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Well, no,
No.
the tragedy is, here's the tragedy,
No, fairy princess. No, fairy princess. La 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 la
which is
la.
now my skull is empty. It's all in my skull.
travesty.
Just I can still hear you, and I'm pretty sure it's not like just now. It's been that way for a while.
You should be used to that.
No,
You have plenty of time to acclimate.
I'm just saying we never stop hearing you. So
I did see a really cool
no matter how hard I close
photograph.
my eyes and plug my ears, I can still hear her screaming.
of somebody who took leftover bicycles and made a merry-go-round for their chickens.
what?
Silence of the lollies.
What?
They took the wheels of leftover bicycles and painted them pretty colors and put them in their chicken coop, and their chickens are sitting on them and turning around in a circle, and it was
Wheels
really
on the
cool.
bike go round and
And-
round.
And I, of course, was thinking of Flora the whole time.
Yeah. By the way, Ion looks like he's locked in a debate. Ion
Are
looks
you
like he's having an entirely separate
Yes,
conversation.
don't
right
lose
now.
eye
Right,
contact.
He's
Don't blink.
Is there a science project happening in front of you with Belly? Is that what that is?
She decides that the show is happening, therefore I'm a captive audience for pets.
Yeah,
and
that's,
and
She might be right.
She's not listening to reason. She's just deciding.
Well,
now
pets
is
do
the-
resemble their owners.
Oh,
Okay, here's what I had to get you guys. Because speaking of, Colonel Sanders erotica and, chicky nugs, right? Tender chicken tenders. This came for me in the snail mail last night. I'm going to hypothetically and begin. Yes, artisanal gibberish. So if you guys remember from one of our Friday author reads
I
shows,
misheard you. Like I thought you said rotisserie gibberish. I was like, wow, you really are getting into chicken.
no, it says artisanal gibberish. I'm assured that this is actually strawberry jam, but even though it doesn't look like it. But this is the author who was on our show that wrote all the crazy poetry that was like the chicken tender, the tender chicken tender. So I finally broke down and bought the book, and
I don't
now
think you broke down. I think that you find it highly amusing, and
I do find it highly amusing.
there's a couple times where you're a couple, glasses of wine into the evening. You're like, let me read something ridiculous.
So
funny.
read a quick passage, like a.
Okay, a quick. Well, okay, it might take me a second to find one.
I don't like it.
Okay, let's see.
I mean, I like it, but
since we're
I don't
talking
like
about it, and not
Wait.
necessarily everyone who watches this has watched that particular Friday author reads.
Okay,
I would watch it. I'm just saying I don't like passages.
okay. Do we want to hear about Chomsky or Otters? Chomsky is shorter and Otters is longer.
In respect for Meg,
Gnome Chomsky.
I just was going with Otter.
Okay, you guys.
Yeah,
do I read
Meg is
about
referring to the
Gnome
otters.
Chomsky?
Let's
or
go with
Otters?
otters. Let's go with otters. Otters.
I'm just gonna show you. Here's Gnome Chomsky and Otters. Like Otters, Gnome.
Let's just do otters.
But you have to read it like Captain Kirk.
Like Captain Kirk.
That's right.
I don't know if I can do that.
No,
I don't
know how you can.
TJ Hooker.
Read it like T.J. Hooker.
I don't even know what that is.
Read
It's
it like
enough,
Donald Rumsfeld. No, nothing.
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 Okay, here we go.
Read it like Count Morbid.
Otters it is. In the local zoo, there is an exhibit of otters. These otters have a large plexiglass tank to swim in. This is known as the otter water. Occasionally, samples of this tank's contents are sent to another zoo, contained in a ceramic vessel. This vessel is made by the otter water potter. It's
Nuclear
transported.
This is going quick.
It is transported by the female offspring of the person who made the vessel, the otter water potter daughter. Since these samples are rather important to research, the receiving zoo usually has someone keeping an eye out for the delivery, the otter water potter daughter spotter. If the receiving zoo has horses, sometimes the person keeping an eye out for the delivery does so on horseback. Upon an otter water potter daughter spotter trotter, standing around in the sun.
Hold on, what?
Standing around in the sun, waiting for this delivery will cause everyone involved to heat up, making the otter water potter daughter spotter trotter hotter. Hot. Because the pony gets overheated, it might be tempted to drink some of the sample from the other zoo, resulting in an otter water slaughter, making the otter water potter daughter spotter trotter hotter, all for naught.
Wow.
I love this book so much.
I'm gonna have to confirm all of this with Meg.
This book makes me so ridiculously happy. I have to memorize some of these, and maybe I'll even try doing one at Washington Midsummer in a few weeks. That would.
No, it only works if you have it memorized.
I know. It will be so fun.
I'm terrified.
Are you doubting my ability to memorize the things?
No, I've heard you do the Beastie Boys. I dare, I don't.
We promised that what happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas.
I can't, and I won't, and I don't stop. Just saying.
Are you Miley Cyrus?
No, that's actually Beastie Boys too.
Oh, well, it's also Miley Cyrus. Okay, so before we bring our vendor in tonight, I do want to go over.
I don't agree with your wrecking ball there.
Shh. I want to go over our calendar of events very quickly. So first thing on our calendar of events is the hedge game. We are having a hedge game online on Discord this Saturday at 7 p.m. That's like in 2 days. Today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 3 days. 3 days. And it is going to be the first meeting of the Order of the Scepter. So that will be what is happening at that game. And I hope to see you guys there. Also, I plan to do a little bit of talking about APPLEBASH Harvest Campout, which is actually our next big upcoming event. It is September 3rd through the 6th at Dryad's Rest. And I'm just going to encourage you all at this time, please, if you are planning or even thinking about going, go and fill out. Here is the link for you. It's just tinyurl.com/AppleBash 2021. Go fill out the RSVP form so that we can have an idea of who's going to be there, what to expect, who we need to make our VIP packs for, all that good stuff. And that link also is in the low bar from wherever you're watching, so you can come back at any time and click on that. Also, Washington Midsummer Renaissance Fair, August 14th and 15th. That is the second weekend of Washington Midsummer Ren Fair. We will be there as a part of the Witchwood players, and so you can come look for us. I think that Flora, who is not here to confirm where exactly she'll be, but I believe that we're having Flora will be secretly infiltrating one of the noble courts of humans.
No, it's not a secret now.
Yes, and we will be doing a joint effort in having some tiny quests going on from the Garden of
I think
Quest.
she mentioned, I believe in the past she said Scottish court.
I think she said Spanish court, actually.
Is
but
there
I
a difference?
could be wrong.
It doesn't matter. She's pretending to be Mary.
So she's
Who's
in
Mary?
one of those courts. Either way, we are
Like
coordinating efforts to do quests, and you can come see either of us at the fair in order to get in on that good fun. And then I also have a bit of cool new news regarding events. This is in the works still, but I think largely hammered out. It's just like fine little details that are left at this point. But after 2020 and Oddmall not being a thing, like all other events were not a thing, Oddmall will be back actually in November. I'm really excited for this because I have been Oddmall has been one of my events that I have worked with for, well, I guess like a decade now, a really long time. And it is under new ownership of Captain Slinky. So it's Captain Slinky presents Oddmall. If you've ever been to an Oddmall, you probably even know who he is. He's also been a vendor at the Oddmalls, and now he is the event director. And he reached out. We'll be working together November 13th and 14th. And what's going to happen, this is why I'm so excited, is because we are going to have handmade home shopping live on location at Oddmall on the 13th and 14th. I'm super excited for that because handmade home shopping was just an awesome show that we did last year. And it just, with events coming live again, converting the show to actual live events was really the only way to be able to go with that. And this is going to be the first time that we are going to be live on location. Super excited to go forward in that direction. And guys, go check it out. Also, they are accepting vendor applications at this time. So if you're a vendor and you're interested, it is November 13th and 14th. And oddmall.co is their website. So Go check them out. I'm super excited for that. And then also in other news, BritCon is coming up, and that is actually not this weekend, but next weekend. And it is the Northwest Premier British Media Online Convention. So they have some really cool guests going this year. Please check them out. You can find them BRITCON BritCon, and they're based somewhere here in the Northwest. I don't know, roughly Seattle-ish. So I think with all that said, it's 8 o'clock, and that basically means it's time to do our wheel spin. And for this is for the awesome mug, the tree mug, the mean mug and tree mug.
By the way, Flora has provided clarity. She's infiltrating the Scottish court.
She is infiltrating the Scottish.
Scottish
court.
Is that you've asked her that so many times? Is it Scottish or Spanish? And she tells you Scottish, and I tell you if it's not Scottish, it's rubbish. And you're just like, what?
Oh, and you have some hellos out there too, Gunther.
Oh,
More
right.
importantly, I said it was Scottish.
Okay, I'm looking for my wheel, you guys. I actually don't think.
Hello, little Fae.
Names off of last week's video, so I do have to edit all of the names to add you guys in. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm about to show you here in like 2 seconds. Grabbing names, and
I wonder if I can be part of the South Philadelphia court.
This what?
At the event.
You weren't born and raised there.
But the playground is where I spent most of my days.
You can chill out and actually relax somewhere else.
What are you talking about?
He's quoting.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm quoting.
You guys are playing the drink game. Now is it time for you to take a drink? Because I was thoroughly confused. I admit it.
Like more than once by me tonight. It's freaking crazy.
I don't know. I don't think I like your attitude.
I think everybody else does if they're drinking and playing the home game.
So I am now going to. So here's what happens: is I put everybody's name onto this beautiful little list that you guys see right here, and as soon as I've got everybody's name from last week's that commented on last week's video with the magic word mug, I am going to spin this wheel, and then we will have a drawing. And after we have the drawing, then we will bring our next vendor in. And I'm sorry that I didn't get to this until now. This is one of 3 ways that you guys actually can get an entry onto into this drawing. And the other 2 ways, Gunther, will you please tell them what the other 2 ways that they can get an entry are?
What was the first way?
The first way is to go put the magic word in the comments of the video.
Like and subscribe and join our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Your Patreon gets you an automatic entry. Just saying.
At any level.
At any level. I mean, it could be $1, and you can get in on the business.
And what's the last way?
You bribe the princess. Duh.
That is not the last way.
That is the last way.
Oh, Laura, you can't be in the drawing.
Don't tell her that. You're gonna crush her hopes, dreams, and
I see Flora trying to sneak in there. What's going on?
in West Philadelphia. She was born and raised.
So here's our list of everybody
on here on YouTube and get another chance to win.
Yeah, it's just subscribing. That's. Oh, I said like it's.
No, it's not just subscribing. It's joining the community.
Yes, you can have a maximum. Yeah, not just subscribing. You have to actually join the channel by hitting the little join button at any level, and then you will automatically be entered into every single drawing we do, whether or not you are present. Here we go. We are submitting. This is for the what? Yes, unless you guys are on the show, then you can't. I'm very sorry.
However, I will say this.
I love you all.
Before you hit that button, I will say this. Every person on this show is actually part of the Patreon. Like, we all give money to the stuff, too. Even though we dress pretty and look, It's me.
All right, are you ready?
I'm hitting
the button now. I'm spinning. Yes, I'm spinning. Spin.
No whammies.
Go. Yes. Ooh. Jason Hodges, congratulations. You are the winner of this week's mug. Oh, Erwinna, you were so close to getting the mug. Like, that was almost right on the line, too. Congratulations, though, to Jason. So I think with that said, now it is time to bring in this week's vendor. Oh, there's Flora, too. Hi, Flora. I'm bringing you in. Oh, and Stormy. Everybody arrived all at once. It's a party. Hello, Chaos Costumes. Hi.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
That is so much nicer than what I was going to say.
I'm doing well. I'm moving you up here so that I can whoop. I know you get to be the embiggened one, and we're just all sidelined here. You're doing pretty well with the technology. Yes. It's like you're giving us pets. Can I give you pets back? There.
I don't even know what just happened.
A mime, evil mimes. Yes, so please, if you will, introduce yourself to our audience. Tell us who you are and what you do.
So my name is Blair Andrilla. I own Chaos Costumes, and I specialize in costume accessories, primarily for fairgoers and cosplayers, primarily footwear at the moment, but I'm branching out to other accessories such as tiny horns. They're little babies. Not
Oh, now, did you do the ones that you're wearing?
So I bought these from a friend, but I did make the headdress to go around it and painted it and all that.
You got to start off small with horns and let them grow in.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I call them little nub nubs.
I put myself on mute because I was typing, and I didn't want my typing is super loud, like machine gun loud, and I didn't want to type over your lovely talking. So, well, now one of the questions that I had prior to the show, and so I'm going to ask you because I was talking to somebody about you coming on the show here this evening, was do you make Loki-style horns? And if not, can you?
So, fun fact, watch the final episode of Loki today. I would totally do it if somebody asked me to do it, but there's so many other people doing it right now that it's like, unless somebody wanted something really special that's like perfect size thing, yes, I can. No, I don't plan to unless I am summoned to do so.
But you have it. So, sorry, go ahead, Gunther.
Can you make steampunky, apocalyptic troll horns?
I can do anything.
This is the answer we like.
You are now my favorite person. I need more horns. Mine are just a little bit, Got to go with the season. Yeah.
So I'm curious. So I'm gonna. I have like two questions, and they're fighting to come out at the same time. Will you show us, if you can, how those sit upon your head? Like, how are they attached? Because I think it's important when you're maybe out in the 100-degree weather.
Does that hurt? Oh, see, yeah. I had
Gunther.
I had one that was kind of like similar to that. It had more of a tiara rope thing, and it dug into my noggin because I got big horns and big head, and so it get hot and it just dig into my skull. So I had to go with the band.
What do you think about
it? Actually made like a harness, so it goes across the back of my head and over the top of my head, and then I have like wires in the horn, and like to hold the horns up through the headband over the top of my head.
How does that feel when you're walking around in the heat?
It's not so bad. They're 3D printed stuff. These horns are 3D printed, and they're super lightweight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, mine are lightweight. It's just it was 3D printed, and the band was small, so I have to to try and get it around my head.
Mm-hmm.
Does that wire dig into your head at all?
It just sits on top.
It just sits on top. Then how do you can you move around and be excited and without them falling off?
If I pin them to my wig, yes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so if they were to be pinned into braids or something to that effect, and yes, they are amazing. Thank you for saying so.
They are super amazing.
And so here, I want to buy Loki horns, local, bypass Etsy, and pass the profits on to you. But I don't actually know where you're located, Chaos Costumes. So even relative to Brian Pierce. So where are you at?
So I'm located in the southern part of Milwaukee, so in Wisconsin, very close to Bristol. I'm actually going to Bristol this weekend, and I'm working on a costume for my boyfriend. He's going to be this warrior king, and I'm very excited to debut the costume.
Well, shout out to Bristol Renaissance Fair. So
Shout out to Lucky Boyfriend Warrior Kings.
So let's see some of the things. Do you have some of your work there with us? You can show us. Yes,
I do.
I'm excited.
I only like dressed up from here up, so don't mind my sweatpants.
I'm pretty sure that's literally all of us right now. Actually,
so here's
You
actually
have pants?
Some
his
of us don't.
pauldron.
you made that pauldron?
Yeah, I 3D printed the Rhino and then I fabricated the rest out of foam. So it's
Oh
like,
my gosh, that's super lightweight as well.
mm-hmm.
Not for actual combat.
What do you
though.
get?
Certainly
What do you
not.
get if you
I
cross
mean-
an elephant and a rhino?
A
What do you
unicorn?
get if you cross an elephant and a rhino? I don't
A
know. Is
bad
this
day.
a dad joke? You're
Hell
not
if I know.
What?
Elephino.
Oh my gosh. Elefino. That's actually a pretty good one. Whoa, one of those.
So these are like one of my primary products. It comes with a little booty, a tiny booty.
Do you
So that
have
it's
do you have those in 15 wide for men?
One of our viewers also have a booty.
I only go up to 15 women. Sorry.
But I want hooves.
Of course,
Those
we just
are
don't make
so
them.
cool. So now what are these? These are awesome. What are these built on? Can you, without, I'm not asking for trade secrets or anything like that.
It's a high heel.
Gotta find a big high heel for Gunther.
That's right. I
And
mean,
so you put
Size
the
13 high heels for Gunther.
you put the
15,
furry thing on
15.
first, sort of like a leg warmer, and then you put the high heel on, and then you just sort of pull that down over the top to disguise the whole thing.
and then
Correct.
I walk around on my tiptoes.
Correct.
Oh, well, welcome to the world of ladies, Gunther and Eddie Izzard.
So were you not there the night that I explained that I used to play Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I mean,
You
I knew
heard
that.
me sing "Sweet Transvestite" in the middle of a karaoke bar.
I probably
We didn't doubt
I
that you
probably
could
signed
wear
you up
high
to
heels.
sing that song, knowing me.
We just don't think they make them big enough.
I had to get them specially made, so that's true.
What are draft horse boots?
The kind that boots for draft horses. I thought you knew.
Like
We'll
a
get you draft horse boots to modify because horses are massive.
I mean, horses
And
are
so are
massive, but
Gunther's
I don't
feet.
understand the boots. Like, they wear boots. They don't wear boots. You mean like horseshoes?
Well, like sometimes they need like extra support because draft horses have to like drag stuff.
I
By
mean,
the way,
I
just
wouldn't
drink
call it
everybody because I'm
dragging
really confused about this one.
like, just saying, draft horses are pretty big and they don't really drag; they more pull. But
Aren't
yeah,
they actually like the biggest horses that are out there?
I mean, it's a kind of horse. It's not exactly a There's different kinds of
Right.
What
draft.
else
Or
does she
you
have to
pull
show
it.
us?
That's fair.
Oh, hey, there's a vendor.
Hi, vendor.
So this is one of my like prized projects that I made. I made a whole
An
werewolf
amazing looking
costume.
shoe.
What? You made that whole, like, wow, teeth and everything. Oh
But
my
yeah,
gosh.
I've worn this a few times now. It's holding up pretty good.
What's it made out of?
Well, this is silicone, so it's real squishy.
Wow.
If you want to boop the snoot, you can boop the snoot. And then the underskull is like plastic, so that. Bleh.
And so when you're wearing it, are you able to, open the mouth and
Mhm.
and how does that work?
And there's like a hinge back here, so that I can push the jaw open and close.
Oh wow.
I've had to wear silicone masks in
They're very hot.
October and
They're
they're
very
hot.
Yeah, they're very hot.
Oh,
That
I
is
was
absolutely
clever,
gorgeous.
and I made it fabric on the back so I can like
Oh.
evaporate.
Okay.
I was wondering
Clever.
if you developed small, like, tiny microscopic air conditioning technology to stash in the thing.
I mean, that's what astronauts use, right?
Yeah.
Technically, that's true. Well, though, it's more like water cooling, like for a CPU.
Or the plastic on a vacuum cleaner. It's all space age technology.
Uh-oh, I sense a change.
Whoa! I now have horn envy.
Those are amazing.
And they're just foam.
In all of my decorating.
And so they're super light.
Yeah.
And, like, you're not carrying around the weight of a whole actual antler.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are so cool.
I mean, just be kind of weird if there was an actual antler that would. Yeah.
I know. I was thinking if Justinian was here, then they would absolutely love those. Or if Sir Nettle was here.
Yeah. Or
Right?
they end up stolen by them somehow, some way.
I know. I like how you have all the like sprigs coming out of it. That is excellent. You do so many different things. This is wonderful. Can I ask a question about those shoes again?
Yeah.
So the shoes are what kind of terrain are they suited for? Can you wear them outdoors at a Ren fair?
So I recommend taking a walking stick if you go out on terrain that isn't flat. So like Bristol's really hilly, and there's lots of gravel, and it gets muddy and grassy and stuff, and it's like that's a little treacherous. But I've seen people do it. I've actually run into quite a few customers at Ren fairs where it's just like, "Hey, you're Chaos Costumes. I'm wearing your shoes." I'm like, "You're doing a great job. I can't walk in heels that long, but I'm really proud of you."
Oh, excuse me, a cough.
You stifled that one off. That's a quick hit of the mute.
Sorry. Like I went to say something, but I had just taken a drink of water and it went down the wrong pipe. So the shoes, back to these again. Now, you were saying that you can custom make these shoes, right? Up to size 15. And so my question is, what does that process look like for the customer when that's happening? Like, where do you begin? What steps do they need to take? And how does it end? How does it end?
So it begins in a land far, far away called the internet. And people go
That's actually a
It
land?
ends when they put them on their feet.
So they start with the ordering process through my website. You either go to chaoscostumes.com, chaoscostumes.store, which is I host that one, so Etsy doesn't take all of my money. Or my Etsy store, which is super popular. People order and they place all their information that I need, and if they're an extra wonderful customer, they give me everything I need in the little personalization field.
Mm-hmm.
And then I order as needed, so I don't carry excessive items in my shop. So then I do a batch order every month for shoes, and then I work directly with a Chinese manufacturer to make custom Chaos Costumes brand shoes. They ship me the shoes. Like nowadays, like these actually are old. I don't use these other company shoes anymore. But then every month I get a new shipment of shoes, and then I actually have a team working for me. And one of my team members pretty much takes care of the organization and the casting process. And then depending what you get, if you want fur accessories, you want to go full fauna, full fae look. I have another team member work with as a stitcher to sew all the faux fur and everything. But so I get raw shoes, then I have molds, and then resin cast the shoes, and then we work in big batches, and then ship everything out. It takes time. It could be between 3 to 10 weeks, depending on inventory fluctuations, especially with all this plague nonsense going around. Things have been really funky, but overall, it's a pretty streamlined process now.
So it sounds like it. Oh my gosh, like you have teams of people doing the things. That's pretty impressive, right? Yes. Congratulate thyself. uh, so I was that shoe that you were showing us. It's like a high heel, but without a heel on it, right?
Yes.
So if somebody didn't feel comfortable doing that, are you able to make them with the heel still attached if they feel like they would more, be a little more comfortable walking with that extra support?
So I'm actually designing a new product. I only have one prototype floating around, and I gave that to a customer to take a spin in it to let me know what was going on with it. But I have a design which was actually one of my first ever like hoof designs like a decade ago, that I abandoned because it wasn't conducive the way I was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But it pretty much just goes over any shoe. So if you have a high heel that you like, that is comfy, that you've already broken in, you just slip this over it and you get the effect with the stability and comfort of your own shoe.
That way you don't have to. That's cool sounding, but you don't quite have a sample yet that we can see.
Not yet. I just, if you guys visit my Instagram at Chaos Costumes, I did post 1 or 2 pictures of the prototype
Let
that I
me.
sent out
I'll
to
pull it
the girl who actually went to Bristol Ren Fair and wanted to try them out.
I am going to just pull it up here really quick, your Instagram, and let's share that to the screen.
What's your favorite material to work with to craft your various pieces? I don't know what else to call them.
I will say that I just got into 3D printing, and that is kind of my favorite thing right now because I've always been doodling and drawing and creating things like 2D, but now I can like finagle around 3 dimensions and then have a little tiny machine with its little nozzle print out what I just drew is pretty fantastic. But after that, like leather and working with foam and leather are about the same kind of material in my eyes, where you cut it, you put it together, you glue it, you stitch it, you rivet it, kind of thing. So I like things that go together like puzzles.
I'm just saying, if you ever need somebody to try out your horns, just let me know. Show them off for you as much as you want.
So
cool. I'm watching this little one where you are showing how you made the toes. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. I also have this. If you go over to the FAE bodice one, I actually can like go grab that too. That turned out really
You have
good.
it?
I'll go get it while you go witness.
While we watch this little video here,
Yeah.
like here's your whole design. But do you have there's a FAE bodice? Do I need to own this thing?
Probably. You like to own all the things.
It's true, even though I don't get to. I do like to try.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just saying, okay. And make it with lasers.
Freaking lasers.
Yes, with laser beams.
Laser.
Wow. That's cool. It's cool that you can actually see it being lasered out like that. Oh man, I feel like I have so many things that I suddenly need to learn how to do just watching this. Like I need more time and an entire workshop. That's what I need. Whoa, what? It looks like a big tree.
I actually traced a vector of a tree to get the pattern.
That's so cool.
But yeah, that's actually foam, and like tan foam looks a lot like vegetable tan leather.
Holy smokes. Yes, it does. I kind of want to like skip forward to the end. You said though that you have it there with you. Is that what you said? Ooh, getting somewhere. Now, I like the collar on that for sure. Is there a way to pause this?
You can also make it go forward. I believe.
Pause. There we go.
Oh, there
Yes,
we
but
are.
you have it there with you, right? Aha. So I am going to embiggen you again. And there.
Wow.
Oh, it's a whole elven vest like.
Wow.
That is sweet. How did you get it to have that cool metallic sheen to it like that?
So I actually I spray painted it, and then I covered it in this urethane rubber called Uracoat. And it was a pain in the butt, but it totally made it like kind of like magically gold, and I'm really like into it. I actually made this headdress to go with it.
And it's just going to be totally lightweight. You can wear over it just a plain old tunic and just put that on over it, and voila.
Boom, fancy.
Exactly.
Fancy,
That's what
fancy,
I'm trying to
fancy,
say.
I also grabbed another piece of the Titan's armor.
That's cool.
It's pretty big.
A
So this is
gorget,
just-
right? That's what that's called.
Sorry, what?
A gorget, isn't that
Yes.
what that? Yes.
Yes.
I feel so proud of myself for knowing all these weird medieval terms for various armor and whatnot. Like, who even knows that?
Your vernacular is vast.
Why, thank you. I
This is
appreciate
made
that.
out of this is just laser cut out PETG plastic. This is rhinestones. I used rhinestones to make the rivets, and then it's just foam. Super lightweight.
Let's see. Do you sell those elven vests? Question from the audience.
Oh my goodness, that took me like a week and a half to make. It is not conducive for me to sell just based on my current workload. We get lately we've been getting about 100 sales a month. So that's a lot.
So not at this time.
Not at this time, and how much it would cost for me to sell it. It's like, would anybody want to buy it at the price that I would sell it? Because it just takes so long to build. Because even though I have a laser, I still have to put the puzzle pieces together and make it work.
Yep, that makes sense.
Until she's developed the technology to do it in a way that is not gonna,
And
Or
sweatshop of workers helping her.
a sweatshop of elves. Is sweatshop the collective noun for elves?
is this what happens? Is this what happens where the North Pole elves go during the summer? They come down here and they work in your shop for you.
Yeah, I take all the cobbler elves and they make shoes. And the army of elves is named Nicole and Levi.
Can I have some Keebler elves? I want cookies.
Cookies. I did make cookies prior to being here.
I want cookies. Well, so we are coming up here on 8:30, and I know that you have a cool giveaway for us today, and I would love if you would share with us what yon giveaway is going to be.
Well, I actually have a set here. Ooh, there we go, like little nub-nubs. If you want yourself some little nub-nubs, I have lots of little nub-nubs. I have different colors of little nub-nubs, but these are the gold little nub-nubs.
Are you giving away the gold one specifically, or is it the winner's choice?
Well, I mean, it's the winner's choice based on the catalog of little nub-nubs I have.
Based on what you have.
I think Count Morbid just wanted to say nub nub
Nope.
as loud as he freaking could.
So
Nub
I
nub.
guess since now is the point that we come to needing the magic word for the drawing.
You already have
And
it.
I know Stormy's on it down there.
Somebody's like writing it down,
Swear.
giving notes to other people to vote for it, bribing
Sorry.
the
Yep,
freaking
yep.
politicians.
I was going to suggest, boom, fancy.
Yes, Nub Nub is so funny, and Nub Nub is like kind of builds on
Lasers.
last week's, which was Mug Mug. So I like it.
I suddenly feel like we're speaking Ewok.
Is that what Ewok sounded like?
Yep.
I don't really remember.
There's actually one that says
Nub
nub nub.
Yub nub.
Okay, Nub Nub, do you approve of Nub Nub
He
Chaos
said,
Costumes?
"Yup,
Yep.
Yep.
That is awesome. So, okay, so our magic word for this week, I will put it. Oh, let's see. Where's my little banner for that? Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. I'm just gonna put it up for you guys. Nub Nub is this week's magic word, and
If you
guys,
spell it wrong,
no, you guys, you know what to do. Please, Chaos Costumes information is all in the low bar, and I just switched out the ticker with this week's magic word. But please go follow them on Instagram, find them on Etsy, and give their shop a heart. Check them out. If you purchase anything from them, let them know that you found them via FAE Productions. And with that said, Nub Nub is our magic word for your choice of available colors of horns, little nubby horns that go on your head for cosplay. So that's pretty cool. And the one last thing I was going to say, yes. Do you have anything that you would like to say before we let you go?
Well, I am enthused to provide little nub nubs to a lucky contestant. I will try them on for you, just so you can get a little sample of what they will look like when you have them on, if I can see myself, because I'm in reverse, and
yes.
that confuses the heck out of me.
Oh, wait, wrong one. I'll embiggen you. There you go.
Nub nubs.
Oh, those look good.
Yeah, if it wasn't such an incredible pain in the tail, I would have loved to see the mask on. But that is I know that's a pain.
that's an undertaking.
It's actually not so bad. I just put it on. If you want that, I'll do it.
Okay, we'll let's see it. Let's see it.
Please.
Hold on, let me erase my illusion.
Do we need oh my god! What a
I don't know what just happened, but it was crazy. Are you a shapeshifter? Is this how it happens? Oh, you are.
Shapeshifter.
Whoa! Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
I really want you to do a poetry reading like that.
Yes, if we do that, that needs to happen on our show.
You look like my Aunt Gretel.
Oh my goodness.
This week on The Bachelorette.
I can't believe how realistic it looks. Like, and the way that it sits around your eyes like that, just like
Really
it
cool.
looks so cool.
It's amazing.
Do you wear contacts with that?
Wouldn't
Oh
you?
yeah.
Wait,
Red
was
ones.
that you that just said, "Oh yeah," or was that Dana?
Oh yeah.
Can you read lips? Read her lips.
I've got a finger you can read.
Thank you very
That
much.
is, yes, that is very cool.
It's the
All
grace
right,
and
well-
dignity. It's the grace and dignity that I liked the most.
Okay, that's what my hair looked like about an hour ago.
Please.
Oh man. Okay. That was hilarious. Thank you so much for being on our show with us here
Thank
today. Yes, you guys.
It was
go
very
give
nice
Yep.
having you and seeing your
Thank you.
beautiful horns and feet.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, you guys, after the show, in the comment section, only on YouTube, not on Facebook, not on Twitch, exactly what Stormy's doing down there. Stormy is apparently my hand motion sign like interpreter, right?
Stormy, are you being Vanna White?
You have to just put the magic word into the comments after the show, not in our live stream, and you will be entered to win next week. The other two ways to be entered are to either join the channel by hitting that button on YouTube or to join the Patreon. You can have a maximum of 3 entries. So
And where do we find her?
goodbye, Chaos Costumes. We thank you for being on the show.
Where do
Yes.
we find? Where do we
Have
find her?
fun at Bristol this weekend.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was great. It was great being here.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Is that gonna become a thing too? Because that's funny.
Is
I-
what going to
I
become a
am-
thing.
I am
Bye.
very happy. I'm very happy that she was willing to put on the mask because that was fantastic.
That it seemed like it
was
totally made your
fantastic.
night.
It was amazing. And I think the whole mouth opening thing is awesome. And
Until I'm doing it, then you're like, shut it.
The only thing that would have made that slightly more epic is if she started just repeating the otter thing.
The
That
vessel,
would have killed me. I would have died laughing right then and there.
the pestle is in the vessel that is true.
wait, the dragon with the flagon?
The flagon with the dragon.
How does a
Or is
flagon
it the
have a
flagon
dragon?
Is it the flogging with the boggin?
Because it's got a picture of a dragon on the side of the flagon.
Oh.
I feel like my question was more important.
By the way,
Like a
there is
vessel
a
of the
show.
puzzle.
There is an episodic TV show on Apple TV that I recommend called Smigadoon.
Does it have
has a
the
lot of,
flogging of the boggin?
well, it has a lot of great comedy actors and singers like Alan Cumming and the guy from Key and Peele who's not Jordan Peele. Or yeah,
You mean Key?
yeah, Key. And
That guy.
I've heard great things about the show. It's sort of got a fairy tale modern thing going on, but it's a great episodic TV musical.
I've seen
I
commercials
hate
for
you,
it.
Count Morbid, because I know that you basically said all of that just so that you could call it an episodic TV musical. That is essentially what just happened right
Are we
there.
going back to that
How dare
conversation
you.
from last week?
How
Bloody
dare
hell!
you?
Yeah, I didn't even have to be dared. I did it for free. I'm just saying.
Never
Yes.
do anything
It's-
for
it's
free
gotten
that you
excellent
can
review.
get paid
My
for.
roommate-
You hear me?
What?
Never do anything for free that you can get paid for. Just saying.
Well, I mean, by pay, I mean, like, I did it for free, like, as in nobody had to dare me.
Okay, now I'm paying for saying that.
And, oh. Because I took it seriously, huh? God darn it. Why do you have to do that to me? Why are you so cruel?
Because you're my favorite person. You know this.
Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure that, like, everybody's your favorite person.
Just of my people.
I feel like
Okay.
he's very selective.
I am super selective. Some two people I just
No,
don't
not
piss
Mug
off.
Mug. Nub Nub. I have it wrong. I went to go put it into the chat for everybody, and I got it wrong.
Did
It's
you
Nub Nub.
misspell it like I said you would?
I think I actually did. I put the magic word. No, I didn't misspell it. I just entirely put a different word. I guess.
That means you misspelled it because you spelled a different word. You definitely misspelled it then.
No.
Yes.
No. Uh-oh.
Kitty kitty.
Oh, look at Belly. Aw. Belly does not look thrilled by being on the live stream.
Right.
At least we get
It
to
does
see your
look real
face
by
and not the other
that,
end.
Wait,
So
what?
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm over here like, I don't know what's going on anymore. Let's
I
see.
am not even here today.
Oh, there we go. Hey. Let's see. So that it means that I guess that it's like I guess it's the time where we start looking at news articles. This is where you guys talk amongst yourselves.
You
We
know what?
always seem to do that.
You didn't give us enough prompting.
We have to come
Wow.
up with a reason to talk among ourselves and leave put this out.
Yeah.
Well, we're not being distracted by arguments about musicals right now. So
Dana, tell us more about the sauce on the floor that you haven't cleaned up yet.
You just
But
wanted
do
me
it- but
to
do
make
it in
sad
song.
faces.
Do it through song.
You have to sing it like William Shatner.
My barbecue sauce
Yeah, that's
is
not like
on the
this.
floor.
Not like Captain
because
Kirk.
The ribs.
What are you
The
doing?
ribs. They fell on the floor. Oh my god.
I don't like it. What are you doing?
Basically, if she did that faster, it would be like speed metal, right? The ribs that fell on the floor. Oh my god! Ah!
I
The
can see
ribs.
that.
The ribs. The ribs are on the floor. The ribs. The ribs. The ribs are on the floor.
I don't even know what's happening right
Did-
now.
There's barbecue sauce.
did the
Barbecue
ribs fall
sauce.
all at once, or like as individual ribs? Were they still together?
Whose ribs were they?
They,
That sounds
they
like a
used to
Count
be a
Morbid
cow's
question.
ribs.
We must be getting closer to Samhain because I'm starting to ask Count Morbid questions.
They used to be cow ribs, and the place that cooked them so perfectly that they fell apart. So when I tried to grab a hold of the ribs and save their epic barbecue lives from reaching the floor where who knows what's been down there. I mean, I think Gunther's cloak is still down there by my feet. And it's absolutely
Are you
horrid
serious?
that I had to
Like-
save the barbecue
Wait.
covered
No.
ribs
Let's take
from the
about
floor.
like, slow your roll here. Where's my bloody cloak?
Right there.
Why is it right there?
It's in the washing machine.
It's serving as a rib catcher.
For crying out loud, it is right there.
Um,
Why do
and
you
it
have
warms
my cloak there?
Okay, so your cloak is there.
Right,
The fabric for my cloak is right here.
right.
The fabric for the thing I'm making for APPLEBASH is right here.
Okay.
The fabric for the masks that I used to have is right here. It's all
Okay.
like right here.
So everything.
Like,
So it's not just because my cloak is there. It's because you just put everything there.
Well, I mean, not everything warms my feet like your cloak does, but it's all right here.
I've been trying to get that sucker back for like 2 years now.
And when I finish the embroidery on it, I'll get it back to you. Goodness gracious, I made a mess.
2 years. What embroidering have you gotten done since then?
She made a bag.
Not my cloak, that's for sure.
Hey,
Okay, I take 2 years on projects too.
Okay,
She
so
knows
the-
I'm super appreciative that she even made it. It took like 5 tenths to make my cloak.
It was a lot of fabric.
There was a lot of fabric and it's canvas, so it's like it keeps
can I
me
summon
sleeping.
you this direction, Ion?
What?
Can I summon you this direction for a minute?
Okay.
Yes, just hop a magic rainbow over to where I'm at, if you will.
Butterfly in the sky.
Okay.
I feel
I
twice.
can go
as high.
twice. Take a look. It's in a book.
No, I'm looking at the articles and I'm
I put some questionable ones in there.
By the way,
And
I
I
believe
They
Get out.
mostly have Laura's name in front of them. That's also true.
I like this one, but I'm trying to find one to go along with it. So
since people were mentioning reading Rainbow, I thought I should mention I think LeVar Burton is hosting Jeopardy this week.
Huh. Nice.
I got Final Jeopardy last night.
I just don't even know. Okay, you guys,
I was
here we
so
go.
angry because I did not. I can't believe I didn't. It was like the most obvious question ever.
I'm
Once I
gonna
knew what the
say-
answer was.
I'm going to say
It
to
made
both
me
of
feel
you,
very smart.
last time I watched watched Jeopardy was in my grandparents' house when I was 7 years old.
Same.
See?
I like
got anime
learning.
to watch, okay?
I like
learning.
learning too, but learning from Jeopardy is not conducive.
I like
Hey,
to
this
keep
is a weird bit of
score
trivia.
of how
Did
many
you know
questions I
ducks
get
have
right.
corkscrew penises? I mean, that's something you know.
No, that's cats.
Cats do too. I thought they were barbed.
They're
No, I thought
They're
dogs were
barbed.
barbed and
They're
cats
barbed.
were corkscrewed.
No,
No, they're
ducks and dolphins are both corkscrewed.
Oh no, ducks. I'm sorry, ducks. You're correct. You're ducks. I thought you said
You're right.
dogs.
No, not dogs. Dogs just
Dags.
look like lipstick weirdness, and I just won.
Yeah, no. Daisy, Donald and Daisy get into some freaky stuff. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, if you can't get laid, you may as well open a bottle of wine. That's what I say.
Yeah, Gunther, maybe be nice to the lovely lady who is embroidering your clothes.
I'm usually like super nice to her.
That's
Oh, yeah, so that makes it okay to just not be nice now,
So
right?
what's-
He's not being nice because I dropped food on the floor.
Yeah,
He's
Wait,
not
let's
here
take
to
a
clean
look.
it
I
up.
built up my nice
No.
savings, and now I can spend them all on
It's
baby.
still that.
What?
It's-
That's not
Let's
how
take a
that
moment
works.
to appreciate that this is coming from Fairy Princess Lolly.
right.
you gotta give
At
your
the same
friends
time, I'm mad because she didn't share her barbecue ribs with me. That's all.
That's what it really is.
Well, there's going to be some leftover barbecue sauce when you get your cloak back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, there's no barbecue sauce on the cloak. Goodness gracious.
It's okay. We didn't we put the rain resistant stuff on it, so it'll just like Alligators and
once I get
crocodiles
the
have
thread,
penises that split and hook inside. That explains so much about Steve Irwin. I said something about Steve Irwin last night. You can't laugh, Fairy Princess. Oh, you didn't know who the hell I was talking about when I said
Poppy.
it.
I don't know who Steve Irwin
Poppy,
is.
don't read Poppy's fan fiction about alligator Loki.
Oh my!
oh crikey!
So speaking of crocodiles and their privates,
Penises.
Nope, that's private.
Croc-gina.
Are we reading the haunted vagina again?
no, we are not, and I own that book, but that is not what
I
we're
know
going to
you
read
do.
here today on the show. What we are going to read again, what we are going to read today. So we're gonna have a battle of body parts, I guess.
That's what we've been doing this whole
Because
time.
most
What are you
of these
talking about?
articles are from Flora. So article number 1 is a 4-foot penis pillow. Goes on sale. That's apparently perfect for cuddling.
What is it?
A 4-foot penis pillow.
So she sends that to me, and I'm
Versus,
sitting there staring at it for a good 10 seconds going, you know, this would come from you, Flora.
versus shop owner bans bra money. So,
Okay, yeah.
if you would like to hear about the pre-epic pillow, press number 1. And if you would like to hear about the bra money, press number 2. Ion, please start the timer. Put those votes into the comments now. I don't even trust everybody on this show.
I suddenly feel bad for any erotic dancers that show up to pay for things. You know.
I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna write it for Flora. It's gonna be Colonel Sanders like fanfic erotica. Look at her. She's so embarrassed.
What?
It's important that you have a pillowcase for your protection.
This is why we don't have nice things. People.
I am so glad I was not
Pillowcases,
drinking.
Trojan brand. What?
Oh man.
Trojan doesn't make pillowcases.
Oh, I'm sorry. Trojan's probably too small. You need a Magnum.
That's right.
Ah.
That is wow. This is terrible. What?
This
Good job,
is- this
Flora.
is-
You started it tonight. You
know-
started everything.
Who did? What?
Flora.
Flora did not. That was all. That I was the one that put him on there. Blame me.
Mhm.
Nope, you did.
Trying
Now
to
I'm
take
going
someone
do this.
else's credit.
She wasn't even here.
All right, we have 2 votes for number 1.
She was on the moon with Steve.
Steve.
No,
I do not appreciate this, Illyria. This is not funny.
I appreciate it, Area. Keep up the good work.
Why do you think I sent those ones in?
Fine, 2 votes for number 1. Here we go.
Oh, here
I
we
guess
go.
I can't.
It's all over it.
I don't want to say that word over and over.
I mean, it's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
You can
It's right there.
each time it comes up in the article, you could just replace it with a euphemism for it.
Yes, let's see how well your
British.
innuendo is.
Eggplants.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I guess I can try to do that, but I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to be able to come up with that many of them.
Do you need me to help?
Well,
Bananas.
what?
Do you need me to help?
Oh, I've seen those. Okay.
Stormy's down there like, I already
There were
looked.
stories like I already have
She's
6.
over
What
there
are
just,
you
like,
talking
clicking.
about, man?
I have
This is
something
old news.
Wait, she has something better?
better.
Okay, so to be fair, she is from Vegas.
Does that mean she's seen Fozzie Bear porn? Is that what's going on?
She doesn't talk about it because that stays in Vegas.
No, it's just the lead thing. It's called penis chat.
What? No.
The anime face.
I don't even know. I could barely hear what she was saying, but I knew it was all bad. So I was like, okay, well, there it is. It's
Is
out
it
there.
just me, or is its face looking out the window?
Having a nice day.
Can you
Look,
ride in the
sometimes-
carpool lane if
sometimes
it's
you
in
wa-
your passenger seat?
Sometimes you want a nice view.
This is awesome. Chicken fanfic that is gonna lay itself all over you.
Are we doing
Egg.
that
It's gonna be laid
again?
like an egg. That's excellent. I mean,
Why-
it's filled with the
why
puns
must
and
you
the fanfic
people-
all in one.
Why must you people do that to me?
You
Because
people.
they can.
What do you mean, you people?
So I think that the word that I
Women?
used in the title to replace it was the 4-foot pre-epic pillow. Goes on sale. That's apparently perfect for cuddling. Just when you thought the world couldn't get any weirder, someone goes and launches a giant, cuddly, big Jim and the Twins pillow.
Hold on. I gotta do something here. You ready? You
What?
ready?
What?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
It's like I gotta hit the creeper at least once.
Submit to your punny fate.
Mhm.
Okay. Imaginative online gifting retailer Firebox. Wow. Has just
You
started
know, there's a couple
Four-
people I used to call that back in the day. I'm just saying.
4-foot tall, plump twig and berries plush, and it even has a name, Pierre.
I say no more. Say no more.
Almost the same size as you, Pierre is the perfect size for cuddling up to, and even has a cute or disturbing little face.
I'm just saying, probably about half the size of me. And yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm done. I was going to go somewhere else with it, but I said not to. Just no. This is bad. This is the line.
Wait, it's half the size of yours?
Oh, what? No! You guys, you're terrible. Setting you back 40 pounds.
Oh
Jumbo Pierre doesn't come cheap. But we guess you do get a lot for your money. Like, I like this book she's reading. Like, what's even going on here? I don't even understand why somebody would. I just know.
Well,
Okay.
the important thing
Yeah,
is
I know
when
what
you're
to get you for
holding it, when
Christmas.
you're cuddling it, you want to hold it at different points.
I
I
like
mean, you
the
don't want to
caption
just hold
here,
it in the
even has a
same
little
place
face.
the whole time.
That's a good point.
I mean, if I had one, I'd aim at just the tip. What? What?
Nothing. I'm just,
Oh my, but Jesus!
What?
I was reading an article.
Oh, okay.
The
Well,
world's tallest horse, Big Jake, dies in Wisconsin at age 20.
if you, like many others, are confused about Jumbo Pierre and I need another word to go here. Let's see.
Purple-headed yogurt slinger.
And,
One-eyed Willie.
and the
Tallywhacker.
and the trouser snake's body pillows arrival.
Troop
There's
snake.
apparently plenty of demand out there with the launch of the new supersized cushion following the success of Pierre's predecessors, regular Pierre, giant Pierre, and even the world's smallest Pierre.
Wow.
So let's see. So why did they call it world's smallest? They should have just put presidential Pinky Pierre. According to Firebox, an
Wow.
average.
You can say, like, that's going to come back. I know it is.
Let's see. On average, let's see. What did you guys say? There was one I heard.
Johnson.
A John Johnson gift is bought every 1 hour and 45 minutes. Wow. With
No.
Firebox now offering 6 pants tentacle related gifts
Holy shyster! What?
in its top 100 products. The eccentric online retailer also selling an array of other intriguing products such as pillows covered with a photo of your face.
I don't like it.
That's really weird. Just can you imagine sleeping on a pillowcase that's just your own face? That's really weird. Imagine if it was Count Morbid's face whenever he gets close to the camera. Like, that's crazy. Let's see. And a 20-pound doormat that reads "Sashay away." Okay. Oh yeah, selfies, because that's what do I hear? Let's see.
What was that?
What?
It sounded like Morse code.
I don't know what it was.
Did we just
That
get
was-
banned from YouTube for this?
No, I doubt it.
Let's see. I can't believe it. That was like terrible, and I'm so mad that you guys made me read that article. Flora, this is your
I
fault.
love you.
Yes. All right. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Well, wait, how come the bra money one is in here twice? Do you really want me to read that one? Or
I might have accidentally entered it twice because I lost the first one.
It might be a
Also,
little
they're
too
tending
sweaty.
to they usually come in a pair.
That's true. The twins, as it's known.
Wow.
In completely
It's
different
wonderful.
news, I got some fan art this past weekend.
oh yeah, show us your fan art, Ion. Okay,
Oh,
wait,
it's-
I have to embiggen you for this. Hold on.
I don't actually have it.
Is it
it's
out
over
here?
there. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But there's a digital image that's been sent that could be shared. Hold on.
Wait. Oh,
Let me find it.
But the actual fan art is so cool. Tell them how you got this fan art.
So, when we were out in an effort to go do a Kingdom Sword practice this past weekend, I encountered some people from the Kingdom of Northern Lights. Anyway, the point is that they were swinging foam swords at each other, and I joined in. And amongst them was a family that seemed really nice, and they had I forget the daughter's name. Anyway, she liked my outfit, and so she had to draw me a picture. And see,
So just so no one feels bad, it's not on purpose. He just remembers in binary.
what?
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 Well,
I said it's not nothing to be offended about. Ian can't remember the name. He only remembers things in binary.
that is 1-0.
I think that means no.
I mean, very well. Carry on. I'm sorry. I killed it. I killed the whole thing. Blame me.
Zero's false. One is true.
See?
Let's see. So I think I've got two that for us to choose between. Whoa.
I wonder, am I allowed to share a picture to the screen?
Oh, hold on. I don't think you can, but
Yes, you can.
he can share a picture to.
Yeah, all he has
share
to do is hit that little button down there that says share.
What?
I'm telling him how to do it. And then you will see it pop up as a window.
Okay, hold on. I gotta find the picture.
Yep. Here.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Ion to the beginning. I was like, what does that say? What is that word? And then, yes, I know that word. Beginning.
Is that the first time we've seen it spelled?
No.
It's the first time I've seen it spelled, so I was asking.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not an official word, and so it's spelled different like every time. Okay, so
Okay.
there it is. Okay. There it is.
That is very cool.
You can see I'm invisible, and
It's because
But,
she looked away from you in order to draw your clothes, and then she took her eye off the leprechaun, and you disappeared. So he's like,
I don't like
What
it.
you need to do is just have somebody Yeah, somebody needs to Photoshop Ion's face onto the drawing. Just put his face just right there. Do we know anyone who can Photoshop?
That can Shotofop? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do
I
we?
can. I have talents in that realm.
Okay. So I think I picked some articles out.
Did you?
Actually,
Mhm.
I think
trying
Ion.
not to freak out about it until after August.
I think Ion is a Loki
Oops,
variant.
my mic is on.
I think Ion might be a Loki. He's green.
But- So I wanted to do something that had to do with water. Oh,
If you
please,
found something on that,
please stop messing around in the thing until I'm done, so that my list doesn't keep moving on me while I'm trying to focus on it. Let's see, because now
did you just do? I undo what I did.
I don't know. I don't
Quit
know.
undoing it. I'll stop,
No,
but quit undoing it.
Okay, I
Do what
want you to-
diddy. Dang it. Do what diddy.
Dude,
No, okay, here we go.
Do what diddy diddy
Artic-
dim diddy do.
Okay, article number 1
Do
is
what
Florida
diddy
man.
dum diddy do.
Is everybody doing that now? Is that the thing? Is that a trend? Is that trending on Twitter?
We're gonna do this one next. Yay! Oh,
Stormer's like, I'm
I
trending
know,
on
some
Twitter.
little
Nope.
bird told
Okay, article
me.
number 1, Florida man.
Yeah, Florida man. He's making an appearance again.
Yep, Florida man in a bubble washes up on the beach while trying to run on water to New York for a charity. Oh, Florida man.
We've all been
Well,
there.
I think I'm going to need you to read that title one more time because I think
Only in Florida.
I think I lost consciousness there a bit.
Florida man in a bubble washes up on beach while trying to run on water to New York for charity. Versus forget Atlantis, here's 4 real ancient underwater cities. Almost one of them surely had Florida man in it. But if you want to hear about Florida man almost washing up on shore in a bubble, press number 1. If you want to hear about 4 real ancient underwater cities, press number 2. Ion, please start the timer if you will. Oh, Kajit wishes us all safe travels. Thank you, Kajit.
Bye, Felicia. I mean, they safe travels.
You know, I feel like Kajit should just get to choose our next article after this vote.
Yeah.
Yep. You get to be the single-handed decider of between the next 2 articles after this one, Kajit. Unless you have to leave and you won't be here, then that will be sad.
And I'll cry. I
should
will.
remind me in the next show. So right, okay, so the 2s are winning right now. Everybody would rather hear about 4 real underwater cities than dear God, Florida man.
I told you about the time when I was down in Florida and I saw the wrestling alligator thing on the way home from work. Yeah. So there I was, no crap, true story. All right, I was driving my land dragon down the road, heading towards the place of my domicile, and all of a sudden, coming along next to me is like right up on the tail of me is a giant truck with big wheels. Now, mind you, I'm driving a little land dragon, tiny, doesn't fit me. It almost runs me over. What ends up happening is it just bolts around, shoots in front of me, then ducks down into a drainage ditch. 2 hilljacks jump out the freaking thing and dive into the actual drainage ditch.
What?
You look
What?
down, yeah, 2 like hillbillies with freaking rednecks. I think
But what did you call them?
hilljacks. Yeah.
Is that is that?
I don't know if it's a real term. I'm just using terms. Anyway, they come flying out the freaking thing, Next thing you know, I'm getting ready to drive past and look down, and they're wrestling a couple alligators as big as they are. That's in
Like
Florida.
actual people.
Yes, this is Florida man is in all of them. It's true.
It's in all of them.
It's like even if you come in from outside of Florida and you stay there for just a little bit too long, it starts to come alive in you, and you're like, "Hey, I haven't had any meth today. Let me go wrestle an alligator."
No, this is terrible.
I didn't say it was a good idea.
No,
I said
the
it
story
happens
is
down
kids
there.
don't do drugs and wrestle alligators. Like
That's what I'm saying. Don't go and do that. It's bad. Or you could end up like, y'all hammer hands after you recovered, of course.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Stay in the streams and ponds that you're used to.
You have a lot of crumbs on your face and you're missing your lipstick, man. What happened? Was
He
it
needs
good?
more napkins. That's
you
what
not-
he needs.
Are you not sharing?
May the spirit of Florida man be with you.
May the spirit of Florida man. I feel like that needs to be one of the first T-shirts for the show. Like we need to go and get on there.
I will never wear that. No.
I think a lot of people would wear that.
I would not. But
I think we'd have to give 10% to friggin' gold there for it, man.
I feel as though we need to add this to our Azazel store.
Do you remember the picture of me with my hood up and the Nerf gun? I feel like I should have like a picture, like a silhouette of me with the freaking hood up, and have that across. May the spirit of Florida man be with you across the bottom of it.
I don't know. Okay, I've got an article picked out.
Which ones?
Okay, the article. Well, everybody wanted number 2, so it's the 4 real ancient underwater cities. That's the one that everybody picked because I didn't see any votes for number. So Florida man, you got 0 votes. Haha, Florida man. Nobody wants to hear about you. We're tired of you.
I don't believe that.
And here's the article.
Legit.
Forget Atlantis. Here's 4 real ancient underwater cities.
Was it the so-called Vegas of what?
What?
I was reading what was under that.
Oh,
under the title. I can't make it go up because it's on your screen. I don't like it.
Now I just want to see you moving your mouse over your.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to scroll back up. Fairy Princess Lolly won't let me. In so-called Vegas of ancient Rome, which now is a host to mostly fish.
Are you happy?
Now I am, yeah. Thank you for letting me control the mouse for a second.
Submerged remains of Emperor Claudius's nymphaeum, like an Athenaeum, but a nymphaeum.
That just sounds kinky.
From the underwater archaeological park of Italy. How do you even say that word? Okay. For thousands of years, humans have whispered and wondered about the possibility of entire cities sinking into the ocean. One of the most famous of these lost metropolises, Atlantis, cropped up in conversation thanks to Plato. I thought it was actually Solon that first mentioned
in Plato's book.
But that person, Solon, lived like 600 years or something before Plato. Anyway, who claimed the city...
didn't write it down.
Well, I mean, yeah. Had dropped beneath the waves millennia before he even wrote about it. While debates over over whether Atlantis is real have continued ever since the ancient Greek introduced the idea, underwater buildings, streets, and edifices of other ancient cities have revealed themselves to researchers. These sunken homes, businesses, and meeting places are as beautiful as they are eerie. They prove that size and importance aren't enough to keep a thriving community above water. Pavla Petri, Greece. Look at that water, man. Let's see. It is about 5,000 years old and is the oldest submerged lost city in the Mediterranean Sea. In 1967, Nick Fleming, a researcher with the University of Southampton, came across remains sitting several feet below the water off the coast of southern Greece. The finds would pan out to be the oldest submerged city yet found. Streets, courtyards, buildings, and gravestones lead up to the nearby Pavlopetri Island, where the settlement clearly once sat. Ancient walls still line the land. The buildings, researchers think, date to the Mycenaeans, who are ancient Greeks thriving at the tail of the end of the Bronze Age from about 1650 to 1180 BC. After the initial work in the 1960s, the site went relatively unstudied until the nearly 2000s, when the Pavlopetri Underwater Archaeology Project team dove into the water to see what else could be learned. In the intervening decades, graves had been damaged and disturbed, earning the site a UNESCO designation as a World Monument Watch site in 2016. Ideally, the label should help protect the ancient city from ships, anchors, pollution, and construction. Heraklion, Egypt. Jeez, is that a gold coin? Cool. These are Ptolemaic coins from submerged Heraklion. Once a major port welcoming ships as they entered the Nile's delta, Heraklion or Thonis, depending on if you're using the Greek or the Egyptian name, supposedly sprung up in the spot where Heracles, or Hercules, first stepped on Egyptian land. Where the hero walked is long gone, as archaeologists think the city has been underwater since the 8th century. Researchers using sonar to detect what lies beneath the seabed have identified dozens of boats and hundreds of anchors, and managed to dredge up incense burners, jewelry, and supplies needed for temple worship. Even 18-foot granite statues of geez, that'd be so cool, of Egyptian gods have come up out of the water. Though researchers are still learning more about what Heraklion and the neighboring city of Canopus held, archaeologists and geologists have an idea of why the two bustling centers sank. The ground that both were built on held a lot of clay, and tidal flooding or earthquakes, both of which happened in the area, could compress the soil and shift it fast, allowing the heavy stone buildings to slowly slide into the water.
Is that the end?
What? No, there's two
Well,
more.
how's it? What is it?
Baiae, Italy. A statue of a boy located off the coast of Baiae. In a way, you can still act like an ancient Roman and take a trip to Baiae. But where the former travelers hit the city for a soak in the baths, you'll have to dip in the ocean to see the old spa resort. Baiae drew the wealthiest visitors to the coast for the 2,000 years the city had operated. Several emperors added palaces and pools, while at least one Roman philosopher warned others of the gossip, drunken beach wanderers, and loud sailing parties other visitors had to contend with. The giant party eventually came to an end. Activity beneath the Earth's crust in the region moves the land up and down, and the undulations eventually put part of Baiae underwater. Remains that dodged the aquatic fate as well as those bathing in the Gulf of Naples, are open to tourists. As part of broader efforts in Italy to preserve underwater archaeology and open a virtual museum for underwater archaeology, researchers are working on 3D surveys of two parts of Baiae so dry land visitors can have a sense of the opulence the former inhabitants enjoyed. Atlit Yam, Israel. All the water is so blue and pretty.
You want to go swimming, huh?
I mean, if it's warm.
It occurs to me that the lesson that these cities are teaching us is that if you build a beach resort,
it will drown.
That eventually it won't be the beach anymore.
It'll drown.
Let's see.
Just a thought.
I mean, that's good for you.
Otisburg? Oh,
Notice Buckberg, Boba Fett.
More of a village than a city, the site of Atlet Yam off the coast of northern Israel still has an impressive amount of material lingering underwater, especially since the site is about 75,000 to 8,000 years old. The nearly 10 acres of remains include house foundations, hearths, tools, flint, animal remains, and human graves, dating to a time when our ancestors were just starting to settle down in one place and grow grains. 2 individuals buried on the site, likely a woman and her infant, show genetic markings of tuberculosis infections, making them the oldest human tuberculosis patients yet found. Sea level rise ultimately drove Atlet Yam residents from their home. At least one well the inhabitants dug is now under more than 50 feet of water. And later Neolithic settlements that are still submerged but closer to the shore show how people slowly retreated from the rising tides. I don't like that in this article. I feel
I'm trying to decide if a well that is underwater is an extremely successful well or an extremely unsuccessful well.
I was thinking the same thing when I read that. Like, I mean, well, I guess it's doing its job.
Oh man, did their water get wet?
No.
I mean, I'm just saying.
What else
And
got wet?
also here we go. Solon was a lawmaker in ancient Athens. Plato wrote a fictional discussion about a fictional account which he attributed to Solon. There you go. Now my
And so
so
on.
long clarification. What? And slow on and so on and so on and so on.
So long, good night, Fridays, and goodbye.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night.
Is that how it goes?
I mean,
I
pretty
love
close.
that
So
TV.
long, farewell, peace out. I'm out of here, dude.
We always come back to musicals.
My chickens have gone to bed, and so must I.
And the chickens are here to roost. No.
I was totally trying to think of because the last bit of that song is the sun has gone to bed and so must I.
I feel like you're showing off right now again.
And so I was thinking, how can we work that into chickens?
Lots of clucking.
Quack, quack, quack.
Mother of clucker!
I figured that would happen at some point or another, yeah.
Quack, quack, quack,
You sound like the seagull on The Little Mermaid.
No, he's more like this. He goes, wah, 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 wah.
That's like her favorite Disney ever.
I would always do the Little Mermaid ride during that song. I'd do the squawk. They missed it. They didn't add it in. Gotta have it.
Like up there twirling around on the branch, Wah, 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 wah. Just saying. Okay, so there's that for the evening. That went sideways. Okay, so the next 2 articles, and yes, since you are still out there, Khajiits, you
Look.
get to choose between our last 2 articles
Look.
single-handedly.
Look,
What?
look,
What am I supposed to be looking at?
look.
What?
It's for Ion.
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know what you're talking about. I just hear you saying "look" over and over and over.
Look at the thing and see the bold at the top, towards the top
What? Towards the top of what?
of
I
the
can't
articles.
Oh, at the top of the articles. Okay.
It's towards the top, the bold. You'll see it. You'll understand.
Uh-oh. No.
Yes.
I mean, I see why it's for Ion, but I already said that.
No.
Yeah.
It has to be done.
No. It is
It
not.
has to be.
Here we go. These are the 2 articles that you get to choose between. Article number 1 is, it is not just Tokyo. Olympic villages are usually dumpster fires. Versus article number 2, which is 4 serious sports that sound like they were invented as a joke. So Stormy's down there, like silently, well, not so silently, trying to
Biathlon.
you get you in your subconscious, like
Funny one.
Which, I mean, they both sound hilarious when you're talking about dumpster fires. How could that not be funny?
So, Alicia, which one is it? Is it Olympic villages or dumpster fires, or is it 4 sports that are serious but sound like they were made up? Number 2.
I'm going to throw in a few guesses: curling and biathlon. Because once you find out what the biathlon is, it doesn't make any sense.
Curling
It's like figure
and
skating.
biathlon.
It's like figure skating and grenade launching.
Well, why are you spoiling it?
Why would you tie those two together if you're not in the military?
Well, you know what the biathlon is, right? It's cross country.
Which this weekend we're having
and
our
we
first
don't want
meeting
you
for
to
the Order of
spoil it,
Sceptre.
but Alicia has voted for number 2, so that's gonna be our last one. Our last article for the evening. Let's see. I'm pulling it up here for the share. Don't ruin it. Although I am curious to know what other sports you guys think might be. I was thinking, what's the one, that's... Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Oh,
The steeplechase.
How about cabers, where you have to carry the, caber races, where you have to carry a tree trunk barehanded?
How about cornhole?
Is that what? Is that a real game?
It's not an Olympic sport.
It's on ESPN.
It doesn't say that it had to be an Olympic sport. It just says that it's 4 serious sports that sound like they were invented.
Oh, yeah,
What do you guys in the audience think? What do you think this
tailgates.
sport is? These 4 sports are.
See,
What?
Yeah, no, some people are really into cornholing.
Especially during
Apparently-
tailgating.
Or while they're wrestling alligators.
What?
Crocodiles.
Maybe
man.
sometimes.
So, Ion thinks biathlon, and what else was there? And curling. That was your other one?
Yeah.
I'll work out.
Basketball?
No, basketball sounds made up.
Steeplechase.
Well, all sports are also made up.
No.
And equestrian
Yeah,
sports
there
are
was
not
a
water
comment
sports, just so
on
you
the
know.
YouTubes. There was a comment on the YouTubes earlier where somebody was saying something was a made up word, and I'm like, yeah, that's all of them.
They were all made up at some point. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Pulling it up.
Water polo, because the horses drown.
Yeah.
It is not an equestrian sport.
Well, of course not, because you've got dead horses.
Here we go. 4 serious sports that sound like they were invented as a joke. Lightsabers is one of them. When you really break it down, practically every sport we love is just a combination of other sports. Football is a combination of rugby and, well, the other football. Hockey is really just golf and figure skating with a pinch of bare-knuckle boxing. Golf, meanwhile,
is a fat Romanian woman with mustache.
Actually, water polo is like rugby, but you're trying not to drown.
But these European women don't age as gracefully as you American women.
Meanwhile, is walking combined with owning more land than you know what to do with. That's a sport, because I want to be an expert at that sport. I want to be a champion. But every once in a while, a new sport will come along that tries to take 2 previously established sports and give it the old PB&J treatment. Some of these ideas can be a little bit out there, and some of them leave us kicking ourselves for not thinking of them sooner. Because maybe we did when we were kids, we just didn't have the follow-through or the foresight to copyright it. For example, slam ball. If you or the other kids in your neighborhood growing up had access to both a trampoline and a basketball goal, there's a solid chance you created your own first draft of what eventually became slam ball. But in 1999, a man named Mason Gordon, who was a writer for the Nickelodeon shows Kenan and Kel and Cousin Skeeter, pitched the idea of basketball on trampolines. to his producer and soon found himself with something all of those neighborhood kids lacked: financing. After figuring out the game rules and the custom equipment in an East LA warehouse for 6 months, Slamball was ready. In a nutshell, the sport is full court 3-on-3 basketball with 4 trampolines around each net. It's much more fast paced than your standard pro basketball game, with 4 5-minute quarters and a 10-minute halftime and only one timeout per team. Okay, I can only play this for like 10 seconds, so here we go.
Just so everybody knows, the teams that were formerly in this league are now, like their stadiums are now just known as trampoline parks.
I can only play it for 10 seconds at a time. I have to wait. There's also so much more leeway in the rules regarding personal fouls because that's just how physics works when trampolines are involved.
This looks like a very bad idea, and like hockey players would like it.
So there was this movie called Basketball.
That movie was hilarious.
So here's how the trampolines are. It just seems like such a bad idea to launch yourself face first towards a backboard with a weird thing sticking out of it called a net. Like, what?
So,
okay, here we go.
Just to be fair, that's what a slam dunk is.
Ooh. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Slamball made its television debut in 2002 on the national network, later Spike TV, now Paramount Network, and lasted for 2 seasons before Mason Gordon had a falling out with network execs. The league was dissolved, but the sport returned to TV with the Powerade Slamball Challenge event at 2007 NCAA Final Four. Oh my gosh, all of these things.
Just
Whatever.
stop with the stats. Carry on.
Yes. Slamball held its first real season of games in 5 years and was aired as Game of the Week on the Versus Network. It doesn't speak well for Slamball's ratings since every network that's covered it has had to rebrand soon afterwards. While the sport's popularity in the U.S.
Hang on, can I say something to that?
It has become increasingly popular in China. Slamball has local college teams, and the Shanghai University of Sport has a full program already in place. Who knows? As Slamball's popularity increases in Asia, hopefully it'll pick up in the U.S. as well, because America's diplomatic relations with some of those nations are fraught enough without knowing that they're developing a rock-solid core muscles and calves of steel from playing Slamball all the time.
Baroness Gale has requested that we do not show this to finger guns.
What? No.
I gotta say that they were talking about naming rebranding stations. To be fair, that channel they were talking about, the National Network, actually had another name before that. It was called the Nashville Network, and then it had like 16 name changes thereafter.
That game looks wicked cool.
What's the other sport?
Wait, why did I stop sharing it?
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. I'm going back.
She got way excited.
It looks cool, but it also looks like very dangerous.
Dangerous, cool. They're synonymous.
Bam! Look at that guy's height, like crazy.
I feel like actually Baroness Gale is correct. We should definitely not show this to finger guns.
Right?
That kid, that little troll.
Fencing.
Finger guns would get injured just watching the video.
Now, he would try it, but he'd try it from a tree with a trampoline in it.
Probably.
Yep.
Here we go.
He'd also say the words, "I got this."
Yeah, no, don't worry, guys. I got this.
Perhaps no prop in the history of film has captured children's imaginations quite like the lightsaber. It was so simple. Anything long and narrow could be a lightsaber if you believed hard enough. A branch, a broomstick, a poster tube, a fluorescent bulb, for about 3 seconds before mom had to take you to urgent care. If you grew up in the era of the original Star Wars trilogy as I did, you no doubt remember the unbridled joy of finally getting your hands on one of the officially licensed lightsaber toys, followed almost immediately by the heartbreak of putting a permanent kink in that cheap plastic piece of crap the first time you hit something with it.
The original trilogy is the one with Jar Jar, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
But
I swear, if you actually ever say that in my presence, you might become a lightsaber yourself.
changed once the prequel trilogy
Yes,
came
get
around.
into your anger.
Light
Let the hate consume you.
saber duels in the originals were cool, but they were pretty restrained because at the time they were basing the fighting style solely on the short, abrupt moves of Japanese kendo sword fighting.
As opposed to Taekwondo Leap, which they should have based it on.
Short, abrupt moves also describes like my. Never mind.
Yes, never mind indeed. It also wasn't too flashy because the story dictated that there were only a handful of people left in the galaxy who knew how to handle a lightsaber, and one of them was a 19-year-old farm boy who only had about a week's worth of training. But since the prequels were going to show the Jedi in their prime, stunt coordinator Nick Gillard essentially created a brand new form of martial arts combining elements of every known form of sword fighting, as well as acrobatics and even tennis and tree chopping. What?
That means you'll enjoy it because you like tennis.
I do love tennis.
Well,
And
there
now,
are an awful lot of lumberjack sports.
the technology to create a realistic looking, durable replica of a lightsaber has caught up to the innovations in fighting style over the course of 3 film trilogies. Lightsaber fencing leagues are popping up all around the globe. Granted, the movement is small, and if you're judging by its size, you obviously didn't learn a dang thing from Master Yoda. Of course, these guys aren't exactly spring flipping around the room and slicing each other's limbs off. If they were allowed to do that, it'd be the biggest pay-per-view event in history. No, the structure of the matches is much like the traditional fencing, sad to say. Players must wear protective gear, points are awarded for body strikes above the waist, and players are confined to a set space for the duel, and points are awarded to your opponent if you go out of bounds. The only real difference is the point systems are a little different. And of course, they're using $200 polycarbonate LED freaking lightsabers, man. Shut up and take my money. Let's see.
I want one too. I'm just saying.
And these things don't break, huh? I mean,
And
Well,
I would
not as readily.
I would also name my lightsaber just the tip.
oh, you're so tired. I just know.
There are, by the way, some amazing other YouTube videos of lightsaber fights that of basically the sport / demonstrations.
I've seen quite a few of those. Yes.
Yeah.
The sport has even been registered as an official sport by the French Fencing Federation. Much to the chagrin of many of the snooty fencing blue bloods, as evidenced by this Vice News piece. While they are thankful that the lightsaber duels are bringing in new members, they are reluctant to accept this new sport as anything other than a flashy gimmick. The irony is, this kind of flippant dismissal of a movement's power is exactly what allowed the Sith to take over the galaxy in the first place. So maybe tread a little more lightly, French fencing snobs. Okay. World Chase Tag. This is not a drill, people. Tag is now a televised professional extreme sport. I know a lot of people look at the world today and joke that idiocracy is becoming our reality.
There was
But
actually a TV show about tag. It's like Ultimate Tag or some nonsense like that, and they actually play tag, American Gladiator style.
But I say that Dodgeball, a true underdog story, has officially beaten it to the punch. We're through the looking glass now, and seeing Tag on TV might just pave the way for Extreme Red Rover, and seriously, dude, the floor is actually lava.
I'm just saying I got bored with it after 10 minutes and watched WWE instead.
Red Rover was the best excuse to clothesline your friends.
No, the WWE still stands number one as the best reason to clothesline your friends.
We saw this actually. I think we watched the plasma blade thing on here a while back. I think Ion had found that and we shared it. Let's see here. Where was I? Yes. The rules for World Chase Tag strays a bit from the game we played as kids. It's not a free-for-all. It's not the free-for-all it used to be, where everyone runs away from whoever is it. It's now a team sport where one player from each team goes head to head, one being the chaser and the other is the evader. A point is awarded to the team whose chaser successfully tags the evader, or whose evader avoids getting tagged before time runs out. The winning player stays on to be the evader in the next round, while the other team brings in a new player to be the chaser. This cheesy video explains it all. Yeah, but like we're not gonna watch all.
Also, if you combine
No,
this
stuff.
sport with the lightsabers, then you get a Darth Evader.
No.
Yes, give in to your hate.
Let the hate flow through you, giggity.
It is. I'm full of hate right now.
Darth Evader.
Okay, I think we get the picture though on World Chase Tag, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the next one. Let's see. Even those of us with attention deficit disorder are thinking there has to be more to it than this. Well, how about parkour? The playing field, which is called the quad, is laid out with numerous obstacles with names like the tilted cube, the loading bay, and the sisters. Structures made out of pipes and platforms. The players can jump, spin, and or flail themselves around to gain a slight edge on their opponent. Parkour sounds like an awesome sport.
It's actually a martial art.
It looks like a really fun way to blow an afternoon and or your rotator cuff.
I mean, I just blew my rotator cuff thinking about it, so yeah.
Don't show it to finger guns.
Finger guns, we should do it. Like, I think finger guns would be good at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you're probably right.
Good at it and getting himself hurt are not mutually incompatible.
Like,
Oh,
you
so
know,
is it like
I'm just saying that
hardcore
if he ends up on American Ninja Warrior, I would not be surprised. Yep. Colton got it. American Ninja Warrior. See, not just me. I'm not the only one that thinks so. And apparently, Baron Scale believes that finger guns is good at parkour. So there's that.
What war?
Parkour.
Oh, parkour. Yeah.
He trained for 2 years. That is terrifying that a troll could train for 2 years to do that. That explains how he. That explains how he came out of a fallen tree into another fallen tree. And only got his pants dirty.
Ice chess. This one technically never came to fruition, but it's a weird story nonetheless. In the late 90s, the World Chess Federation, better known to the world as the Fédération Internationale des Chess.
Say it right.
What?
Say it right.
Fédération Internationale des Chess.
I mean, that sounded more Espanol, and I think that's actually German.
It isn't German.
I don't know. It's not Espanol, that's for sure.
I think it is.
Hell if I know.
That's weird. If that's
effort to get chess entered as an official event at the Summer Olympics. It was included in the 2000 Games in Sydney as an exhibition event that has not been part of the roster since.
Exhibition.
Primary roadblock has always been the pesky matter of chess not involving actual athleticism, which you can kind of see the IOC's point. Chess is a skill-based game where both players are sitting down the whole time and spending 99% of their time thinking.
Battle chess.
And DS chess is actually French.
Yes, I think this is exactly like Wizard Chess.
So how about Alicia's idea of mixing the trampoline, the lightsabers, and asteroids flying through the air that have to be avoided all together in one
dodgeball
big sport?
It is dodgeball. Yeah, he's right. Can confirm. Hey, Fairy Princess Lolly, can I say something?
I mean, you just were. I was
Okay, that's fair.
silently.
So just so you know, DS chess is actually French and it means failures.
I actually don't think it's French.
I looked it up. I literally looked it up.
No.
Yes.
Because I don't think
Chess translates to is French and it translates to failures.
Okay. I don't know if that's right. So We're just going to do this.
I mean, according to Google, that's what it identifies it as. Uncle Google is a great guy. He knows
Why
our
it's French acronym. Yep, it is French. Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Gunther knows everything sometimes.
Nuh-uh, you saw it in the comments first.
No, I didn't. I looked it up on the interwebs.
Right here. No.
It is not failures.
I think it's a French musical.
It actually says failures when I translated it.
Did you put the accent over the E?
Yeah. Did you?
I didn't translate it.
I didn't hear you say it correctly. You want to try again?
You want to try at all?
I can barely
It
speak
literally
English. I can
says-
barely speak English.
Yeah, exactly. So
The context literally says the World Chess Federation, better known around the world as the Federation International de Chess.
I
Hello?
understand what you're saying. I put DHS translation, and apparently
Right.
DHS.
Well, I just
with the
checkmated your
accents-
translation.
Dude, you want to scrap? We can do this. We can party
look,
rock.
Ion was right. Curling is one of the sports.
Hey,
That
Gunther,
does not surprise me at all.
Gunther,
What?
this is how you end up with barbecue sauce on your cloak.
I don't
Get into a fight with the person working on your cloak. This is how you get barbecue sauce.
I mean, I understand that. I'm okay with that.
I mean,
I can eat barbecue
The
sauce.
problem
Then.
is that
It's
I
all
haven't been
good.
working on his cloak.
See, and she hasn't for 2 years.
What?
I haven't lived here for 2 years, so it hasn't been sitting down here for 2 years.
It has. It was before you were there.
I don't even know what's happening right now. Curling was the last one. There we
Dance
go.
off.
I realized it's 9:40, you guys. I really got engrossed with like weird sports. I was super into that article. More than I thought I was gonna be.
Well, it was sort of like 4 articles in one.
It was a little bit, but it was fascinating.
You're fascinating. Wait,
Hey, look at you! You gave a compliment to that.
wait, undo that. That was accidentally a nice thing I said. Damn it.
He was tricked.
He tricked himself.
You made me say my name backwards.
Mr. Mixelpig.
Dear Rob.
Morbid
No.
Albin.
Dear. Oh, Albin. I was trying to say morbid backward. So, Deerom. There, yeah, Deerom. No, there's a B in
You
there.
may have to write it down.
Dibrom?
I mean, isn't that a composer?
No.
Brahm?
Yes, but all of his music sounds like this.
You know, it's kind of funny because that's what it sounds like when you do music too.
You are not supposed to give away my secret identity to everybody.
Why
Name
are
is
you turning?
Brahm?
Gunther, stop making everything sound like a musical. Stop bringing it up, man.
I'd rather it sound like a musical than it be punny.
Here you go. Here it is. It is Dibrom Niba. Nilba. Oh yeah, okay, I see it. Dibrom Nilba.
There's an L in Albin.
I know, that's what I said. Nilba.
Nibla.
What?
It's Nibla.
Oh, Nibla, not Nilba.
Yes, Nibla.
He's like,
I don't know any of this Nilba nonsense.
He's nibbling on the cookies.
I just realized you actually literally tricked me into saying it backwards correctly because you were getting it wrong. I can't believe I fell into the classic Superman mix so quick.
Did you just trick Count Morbid? I feel like I should take a drink for that because it's like the first time I think that's happened, and like Uber, since Uber off got you, like that is your payback.
I killed him. Look.
Well,
It's already dead.
All right, who was clapping? Who was clapping?
I don't think she did it on purpose because I was just dumb enough to fall for it by accident.
You know,
I was giving a background applause.
It's Dana's
like,
fault. He's alive.
No,
again.
no, you're getting it wrong. And then I pronounce my name backwards.
All right, you guys. Speaking of music, though, I'm doing a fun thing. I'm trying to do a collab with somebody in the Goblin crew,
Which is really cool.
who has a harp piece that they're playing, and they need a flautist to play the complimentary music, flute music. So I'm gonna try to. They need the recording by Friday, so I'm gonna try to get that recorded and uploaded for them. And who knows? Maybe they'll pick somebody else, but it'll be fun if it works out. So
That'll be
maybe
awesome.
I'll play it for you
By the
guys.
way, Ion is having another debate. Ion is having another conference right now.
See, there are
Parliament
tools
right now.
There are tools to use interlocutors like mouse and keyboard and stuff. And
Tell him
Belly
about Schrodinger. Tell him about Schrodinger.
and Belly insists on using those objects. So the use of those objects interferes with lots of things, but she doesn't care.
I want that
No,
to be the
she
entire
gives-
show next time. That needs to be the
gives-
entire 2 hours
Wait, what does? What needs
of
to be
Ion
done?
telling science to the cat.
That could be its own show.
Just 2 hours of Ion sciences the cat.
You know, I was saying that could be its own show. We just have somebody
then-
sit in the
and then
background and
Stormy-
respond for the
And
cat.
then Stormy can give makeup tips to Titan.
Stormy already gives makeup tips to Titan.
Yeah, it's like,
That's
don't worry,
nothing new.
Titan. These were tested on humans. Yeah.
Oh no!
I don't even know what's happening right now.
Face
I looked away
Dana
for 2
baking
seconds,
with
and
whatever
then
creature she has.
actually, that's true. That's what Ion does. He is our human science expert.
Speaking of that,
He
I still
ruins
think
everything by telling us the science behind it.
you need to do that one last article for Ion.
Oh, okay. One last article for Ion.
Ion
You're
talking
telling me
science
I
to a
have to
cat,
have a
man.
guinea pig helping me cook pork chops.
Always the pig, never the guinea.
Is,
like
is it,
Guinness.
is
The
it bad
mad-
that I want a guinea pig to do an Italian dish?
The mad amateur flat earther astronaut who went out in a blaze of glory. $10 says Ion already knows who this is.
Is it Bezos?
No, it's like a dude who kept claiming that the Earth was flat, and then he actually built a rocket to launch.
Why don't you read the article, Sparky?
I'm probably right.
You probably are, but nobody else knows what the bloody heck you're talking about. So
I'm
get
mild-
after it.
I'm mildly obsessed with people who think the Earth is flat, and yeah.
See, I don't know how many of them are actually serious and how many are just trolling everyone else.
That is
Well, they
why
just
I
wanna be
watch,
part of
because I
something.
can't tell.
There is no Clan Ventru.
It's
Yeah.
a Poe, right?
There is also, like I said, there's that little group of people
There you
that
go.
just want to be part of something.
I think that after spending more than a year on this, I think I've come to the conclusion that most of them do in fact think the Earth is flat.
Well, there are flat earthers around the globe.
Yes, and they have conferences.
Yeah.
Did they
About
hold
how
hands
flat the
and
Earth
drown?
is all around the globe, yes. So what's it say?
It says, with recent Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin launches, civilian trips to space may no longer be science fiction. That is, as long as you're richer than most people can even imagine. For the rest of us, though, it looks like we're stuck here for the foreseeable future. One man sought to take the average Joe into space, though. Mad Mike Hughes was a daredevil, a rocketeer, and a flat earther. Oh.
He was
Despite his
all of the above.
Despite his grand ambitions, his dreams, appropriately, crashed and burned. Hughes was interested in the power of steam rockets, and his ultimate goal was to create a rockoon. This combination of a rocket and a balloon, Hughes believed, could make it to the Kármán line, which is the boundary to space. Hughes was not alone in his ventures. He had the help of vehicle designer Waldo Stakes to build his rockets.
Also,
Well,
raccoons got into our trash once.
Raccoons got into your trash once.
Yeah.
I thought a raccoon is what that trash panda from Guardians of the Galaxy was.
It's when you take a raccoon and duct tape and bottle rockets. And
She has boys. She knows what she's talking about.
While the raccoon, tragically, never came to be, Hughes did manage to conduct a successful steam rocket launch in 2018. The rocket took him 1,875 feet into the air, and he survived his return to the Earth's surface.
sure he did.
He did later say that the impact upon landing was rougher than expected, though. And while this was a good start for the amateur rocketeer, he was about 325,485 feet from the Kármán line.
So what that actually translated to was none of that. It actually translates to what he said was "ouchie, bro."
Also, there's the Carmen Miranda line, which is mostly just fruit.
Also, there's the
Carmen San Diego line, which you don't know where it's at.
It's in Congo with the Congo line.
Yes, that's right. The Congo line in Congo.
Jump in line to the conga beat.
Do I have to keep reading this?
No.
You don't
didn't
have
want to
to.
read it to begin with. I understand. I was just trying to.
Ion's like, you don't have to.
You can. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Like,
I thought he would
You were
enjoy
right,
it.
Governor, you were right.
this is the same guy that didn't do his first launch because he failed to get permission from NASA to do it first, and then the city refused to give him the permit after that.
You cannot have a permit to go in the sky, sir.
Because he was taking up a park.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's see. I'm looking for oh wait, it's right here. I'm looking for where Blastoff is here. There he goes. Up, up, up. And
Oh, it's already out of juice.
Oh man.
Well, he's definitely not a rocket scientist, that's for sure.
No, he's a rocketeer.
That's right. which is pretty much what you get to call yourself if you just are willing to strap a rocket to yourself.
I thought you called yourselves
you could wear a rocket on your back.
I thought you called yourself a
it's
HS.
boring, but the fact that she regularly does it is shocking.
Maybe.
Is he talking to somebody?
Yes.
Who?
Oh God, are you guys still
Us?
here?
Are you still here? What? Okay, you
I
guys.
am not.
Yes,
I
it
live
is
here.
9:53. Wow, we went over by a long time tonight. So, with that said, it is that time of evening where we shall bid you adieu. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and remember, on Saturday we are having a gathering. We're having a gathering on Discord in the Hedge. So come join us if you would like to get in on that. Links for finding us on Discord are in the low bar everywhere. So you just have to hit your little expand button and find it if you don't know how to get to us from there. And if you need help with a persona sheet or something, let us know and somebody can help you. And then I think with all of that said,
Good boy.
bye.
Please
Good
go
night.
away.
Good night.
It's very late. Please go away.
Like and subscribe.
Hello, friends. This is Gunther Hammerhands. Thank you for checking out Fairy Princess Lolly's channel. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe. Use your troll hammer to ring that little bell icon to get notifications when she posts future videos. And if you'd like to support these magical creations, fly over to our Patreon and join the fairy family. Safe travels.